Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a very special and not actually the same style podcast that Old School likes to do. No microphones set up, no bullshit, music playing, no stupid little puns at the beginning of the show because that's all theatrics. Today we come here to give you a little bit of a reality check, if that was ever really a thing. No, I'm here to spit truth. And the truth of the promo world needs to be heard, needs to be seen, needs to be felt. And today, some people will feel it, and I'm sure there'll be a stupid little video eventually by somebody because they get mad about what I say. But that just shows you pay attention to me and I don't pay attention to you. First things first, the promo world is happening. Kellic fast, it's growing. Premier Promo Federation on Facebook. Give us a like. Join up. You want to do a promo, do a promo. You just want to be a fan and watch, be a fan and watch. We don't hold any hostility. If you just want to check out the product, you may not like the product, you might move on. But if you like to stick around, maybe even take a shot, win a real championship belt that you wear on your shoulders or wear around your waist, you're more than welcome to join in. We got some great characters. Brett Jacob, the Rising Sun, the Law, Gordo Loco. We've got tons of them. Kurt F. and Adams. I could go on for days about some of the great talents we have over there. And the great thing about those talents is this. Their egos don't override their asses. They're here to have fun. They're here to enjoy themselves. Many of these guys have been around the promo world and have learned from some of the best. And the reason they're so damn good is they didn't let the toxic jackasses ruin them. And what I mean by toxic jackasses, let's get into that right now. The biggest toxic jackasses out there will swear to God that their talent is exclusive to them. They can't work for nobody else because they're the greatest federation in the promo world. Well, they're wrong. And unfortunately for them, they're not even close. And a lot of these guys have gone to big feats to become buddies with owners, to make sure they get put over and get titles on them, even get titles put on their friends who can't promo to save their ass. They're as stale as an open soda that's been sitting for 5 days. I mean, let's just be real. And unfortunately, some of these guys want to go out there and talk shit about guys like myself, the Jacob Carneys, the Double A's, the Rising Suns. And the problem is they couldn't beat us. They can't beat us. That's why they hide over in Storylandville, where, everything's written for them. They don't have to do any real work. It's not competitive. It's not a nature of the beast. And it's sad because some, not the couple I'm talking about now, but there's some that have great talent that are just getting screwed over by places like this, that are getting pushed to the bottom of the barrel because these other guys who couldn't win anywhere else need to have their names put in relevancy. Isn't that what it's all about? See, I'm one of those guys that I've had my fair share of titles everywhere I've been. 2-time BTB Brass Knuckles champion, BTB World Champion, the last ever title still sits on my mantle. 2-time CWF World Champion, don't really care about that, but hey, it's an accolade. Isn't that what you guys are all about? RPA World Champion for almost 500 days straight. Nobody could beat me. Nobody can beat me. Then I go over and win the LTW World Heavyweight Championship. Whew. Kelvic shit, isn't it? North American Champion in LPW. Been that for, months now. 17-0. But where are all these guys who swear they are the icons of the promo world? And no, I'm not talking about Eric Lowe because he's proven that he is, because he's worked everywhere he could and had fun doing it. I'm talking about the guys who call themselves icons, promo gods. And unfortunately, you haven't proven yourself because you couldn't get the job done when it came to a world championship match unless it was in Storyland. See, I've gotten all mine in competitive promo. And then we have these guys that go bounce group to group to group to group, swear they're there to help, but only one group takes them back every time because they got their hands in their pocket. Is that guy a little bit of a good mind when it comes to stories? He used to be. But now he's not so much more. And we all know who it is. I don't speak his name because, well, he's been noted a scammer. He's sold people shirts that never arrived. Hell, he sold me all the BTB titles while BTB was still alive. Was I an opportunist and bought all those beautiful title belts? I did. But I bought them for the fact that I wanted the company to still be able to use them. And at the end of the day, it just didn't happen. So why is Old School in black and white talking to you today and not on my wonderful podcast, Coffee with Old School? Because I wanted you to see I have no fear of these guys who claim to be great, who have tag team championships put on themselves just so they could feel relevant. One of them had a legit tag team title run with my son, though my son carried the team the whole time, and it was admitted by him and everybody else that voted. If it wasn't for the Rising Sun, he would have never had that title. So sadly, I tell you all this. Guys like that are what's killing the promo world. They want to go back and tell people we don't want to hear about Dick Flip's mandible jaws. But aren't you guys doing that right now? Aren't you contradicting everything you stood for? You are, aren't you? Because, see, I have lived my legacy without mentioning any wrestling moves. It's a verbal battle. We don't end up in a 2K ring somewhere, computerized, digitized, and fake as fuck. We're real, live and in color on your screens, delivering a product that people know comes from our mind, not somebody else's. Nothing written for us. We don't know what's going to happen in the next 3, 4, 5, 6 months. It happens every single day, naturally, with natural ability. Now, some of you can't decipher that. And some of you never will. Because unfortunately, this is the only place you're relevant in life. In your real life, you're low men who have nothing. You work out of work shit jobs. In a broken family, broken home. Wife don't love you. Girlfriend don't want you. Kids can't stand you. Whereas me and my guys in the Premier Promo Federation, we are loved by our family. We're successful outside of the promo world. This is a hobby that we just enjoy doing. And we're pretty damn good at it too. So somebody asked me the other day, School, do you ever see yourself talking to either of those guys ever again? Why would I want to? Why do I need to? Because they need somebody to calm and stroke their ego? Well, those two stroke each other enough for everybody. Oops. That's just facts. I will tell you right now that the promo world without them is a much better place. The planet would be too, but that's God's will when it's time. And it will happen sooner or later. As for these other guys that message my talent constantly and beg them to come work with them and have some fun, they're already having fun, they're already enjoying themselves, and you'll probably get the message that they're an Ishler guy. And that's a real thing, whether people believe it or not. Those shirts have sold Kelvic hot off of the store. Oh yeah, that's right, we got merchandise. We're going to have the action figures that everybody thinks is so cool and innovative. They're coming. Unfortunately, so many people have stood up and said they were going to do something that's brand new. But in retrospect, it's just a rewritten product of Beyond the Belts, of the great Jose Bazaldi, who delivered us such great storylines, great talents like Mr. E, the first ever BTB World Champion, the Gunslinger, the first ever Internet Champion, New Doom, the first ever Tag Team Champions, thanks to Chris Norris. I could go on and on about all the accomplishments we have had back then, but now we're accomplishing things today. Clean, fun product with no whining, bitching, complaining behind the scenes about I'm this guy and I should never be in not a main event match. They should put a world title on me and tag titles on me and my buddy because, well, we're the greatest. It's been proven you're not. Everywhere you've been except for one place, you've been a failure. Isn't it kind of funny that Dick Flips and Mandible Jaws have gotten you titles in a game that you claim shouldn't have that? It's sad, really, that you're a sad little man who can't accomplish nothing outside the promo world. And it's a sad situation that in the promo world, you're begging for relevance is sickening. Makes people puke. Makes people's stomachs turn. Because listen here. Nobody cares about your dark room promo. Nobody cares about you stealing Old School's music because the only pop you got is they thought it was me walking out and it was you. So that pop went away fast. And as for your little boyfriend telling everybody that I'm the wish version of him, who's really wishing they were who? That's right. He wishes he could win a title without his boyfriend writing his material and putting him over against great promo artists like Top Chef. When he knows he didn't win. When he knows he was never a champion. When he knows his boyfriend handed him the belt because, well, they didn't want a black man to hold it. Ouch. Damn. But karma is a bitch because every day you look in your own little pathetic life and you see more color than you're used to, don't you? I'll be damned. There is a God. He has blessed us all with a karma twist that teaches you a lesson in life of, oh my God, maybe I'm not as badass as I think I am. And no badge and no amount of handcuffs or billy clubs can change anybody's views, no matter how many times you threaten to kick somebody's ass. So we went for a little intermission there. Sorry, wife called. Some people wouldn't know about that. But truth of the matter is, I came here today to verbally dismantle the facade known, well, we're not even going to say his name because, well, you don't belong on a podcast. You're not good enough to be on a podcast. Yours was an epic failure, while mine's still a huge success. So all these comparisons you have against me, why don't you stop using the group that I created? Why don't you stop using my music, my countdown? Oh, that's right, because you're so damn desperate to be me and be as relevant as me. Your sorry little excuse for a life and promo career that even WCW's embarrassed that you were their champion once. I mean, my God, we finally relegated that when Sweet Frankie P took a championship and put WCW back on the map for their promo battles. Now, see, I could go on all day long, and I could tell you how much of a piece of garbage or a piece of trash or a piece of shit you are. But today is a somber day for you. Because nobody cares. Nobody cares that you're over in La La Land trying to be relevant, that you're trying to be a great champion or help talent, even though everybody knows you're behind the scenes putting yourself and your boyfriend over every chance you get. Sad, really, because that place has such great potential if it would get rid of narcissistic, racist pieces of shit like yourself. And you can go on here and defend yourself and say you're not. We've all seen the screenshots. We've all heard the voice chats. We've all heard it all. But understand this. No matter how many times you use something of mine, no matter how many times you use some music I may use, or, I don't know, even an entrance theme or a group name, you're still not as good as me. And you're chicken shit and afraid to prove that you're better than me, to come out into the real promo world and get it on. And I know you're going to say, here, guys, watch this. I'm going to give you guys all of his excuses. Well, it won't be fairly judged because, well, all the judges know Old School. Pretty much everybody in the promo world knows Old School. And all of his friends are going to vote for him. Pretty much everybody's going to vote for me because your shit's stale. And then they're going to say, oh, God, well, they're already against us. Bro, you brought that on yourself. Because you have no loyalty, no honor, no respect. So nobody has any for you. Just ask Double R. Sore spot, don't really care. And why did I take time out of my busy day? And yeah, it's a busy day because I have podcasts to do. I have a podcast with Mr. Entertainment I've got to do for Toxic Radio. If you haven't checked it out, go check it out. Mr. E's own podcast. That's called Success, boys and girls. I also got to prepare for a wrestling event this weekend where I make my debut. That's right. One more thing that I am going to do that you couldn't fathom getting done. I will be in the professional wrestling business August 21, 2021. I make my debut as Old School. Isn't that neat? Isn't that awesome? Don't need a video game to show me in the ring. I'll be there. And I will be successful there as I am in the promo world, as I am in real life. I'm a dominant force to be reckoned with. While guys like you will forever live in the dreamland. And guys like you will forever work a little 9-to-5 job. I don't have to work 9 to 5. I'm making money sitting here right now. And that's true. And to quote Kurt Angle, that's damn true. And my podcast is booming. My group that you couldn't get off the fucking, for some reason, off the ground, we all know why, is booming. Brand new championship belts. Oh yeah, by a sponsor. Who sponsors Premier Promo Federation? Wouldn't sponsor you because your product sucked. Because you had a champion that nobody believed could be the champion at the top of the bracket. Ow. Truth. Now, many nights, you guys sit on little group calls and put each other over, and that's cute. You order belts with your faces on them, that's even cuter. See, I don't have to do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 world championship belts on my shelf that I have won and nobody's taken from me. And none of them needed my face on them, man. Isn't that crazy? Because everybody already knows my name. It's like I walk into the Cheers bar and they all yell, Old School. You walk in there like, hey, that's some guy off the street. Get him a drink and get him gone. You're just a customer in this promo world. You're not an everyday guy. You're not the guy people look for help or advice on their promos. You're not that guy. The only guy that does that is the Wish version. Idiot. Let's be truthful. Neither of you are worth a drip of sweat that falls off my balls in the middle of summer. It's just plain and simple. And for the other guy I mentioned on this little live podcast, don't be jealous, man. Your old lady hit me up, that's fine. You can have her block me. But you know for a fact, bro, your relevancy in this promo world is dead too. The hardcore era is dead. The deathmatch era never lived. People that you think respect you, they laugh at you behind the scenes. They think it's ultra funny that you hated a man so much, but you're back in his pocket. Oh, and by the way, he's in my other inbox trying to holler at me to get me to come promo in a place I will never step foot into again. Why? Alright guys, round 3. Sorry, wife had to call me back again. That's what happens when you're filming live, and, well, the wife needs to speak to you. We're getting ready to wind it down anyway because I think we're going on long enough, you know. And I want to get something perfectly clear here at the end of this podcast. I am in no way knocking Arts of Wrestling or David Flores personally. David Flores has a cool mind for this. He's done a cool product over there with the 2K thing, and a lot of people love that. And I'm very happy for them. So when I make the statements I make, it's not a knock at Arts of Wrestling because I wish them nothing but success. I wish them complete success, which they have done. I just don't think they need crap talent like those guys we've spoken of here today. Because if you dump poison, one little drop into my cup of coffee, The whole damn cup of coffee's ruined, man. And you guys got a good thing over there. Scott Chambers. Love it. The four horsemen, I call them the horsemen, they're the four. Love that. Tony the Hammer Morrison. Love that guy. Hell of a promo superstar. Why would you need trash stinking up the joint? But that's his choice. David can do as he pleases. It's his product. And I know he enjoys doing what he does, man. He's put a lot of hard work into championship belts, t-shirts, memorabilia, etc. I pay that man all the respect in the world. I just won't respect some of the choices he has over there. See, I have prided myself in the PPF of keeping racist, bigots, trash, egomaniacs, and dirtbags out of my group. And for a year, zero drama. Zero. So do I have the right formula, or am I just smart enough to keep the ones I know aren't worth shit out of my group? I think it's the latter of the two. I don't think anybody has the right formula. I don't think anybody really has the formula to success in the promo world, because so many groups run so many different ways. Some like to incorporate the wrestling factor. That's cool. Some like to implement the storyline factor. That's cool. Some like to be drop them down, knock them out, promo competitive. And that's cool. I honor and respect all groups and love what everybody does. But I cannot love and respect people who constantly crap on the product, all because their ego couldn't get stroked everywhere they were ever at. Fact of the matter is, you can sit here all day long and tell me how great you are, but until you prove it, until you beat Brett Jacobs, the Rising Sun, myself, the King Dots, you ain't shit. You haven't beaten nobody of clout in a competitive promo world ever. And you won't, because you're too chicken shit to come out and play. While the rest of us are enjoying success, championships, and brotherhood, you sit in your spite, your whine, and your stroke-a-maniac sitting beside you is the only thing that tells you you're good. You're a sad case of a promo artist and a sad case of a human being. Now, if this doesn't cut into your little ego, well, then we all know you're a totally lost soul. Because me personally, I was told many years ago, check my ego at the door, and I did. And I became one of the most successful promo artists in the history of the promo realm. And I didn't deem myself that. I didn't jump on screen and say I'm a promo fucking god. I was told that I'm one of the best that there ever was, and ever is, and ever will be. And no matter how many times you steal my material or steal my entrance theme songs, you will never, ever, ever be on my level in real life, promo realm, and even the afterlife, because the good Lord above knows real, and I'll be sitting beside him enjoying a cup of coffee when you're heating up beside Big Boy next to you, and we know big boys don't do well in the heat. So the two of you will enjoy your brotherhood until the day you die. I will enjoy mine now and into the afterlife. I have no spite, I have no hate, and I have no ill will. I have truth, I have honor, and I have respect. And all of those in this collective segment of Coffee with Old School, live here on YouTube, just cut your throat and made you bleed out. Because you're laying around like a dead fish out of water. Well, I mean, your boyfriend will probably eat you because he eats everything. But me, I'm going to go back to enjoying the real promo realm. I wish all groups, whether it's Voice of Honor, Premier Promo Federation, LPW, Arts of Wrestling, I wish them all the best. I hope success is in their future. Unfortunately, sometimes we need to hear a dose of truth about what we have in our groups. And for me, I hope David Flores don't take this as personal shots, because it's not against him. I respect that guy a lot. We talk wrestling. I think he's a great guy. But sometimes you go into a little room, you close the door, somebody farts, everybody smells it, and the place just stinks. And you got two of the biggest queefs in the promo world in that organization over there. And it's sad to see great talents get rubbed out for two guys that weren't even hacks, weren't even has-beens, was never wases, for the sake of story. I'll end this with my own little story. Guy puts chain around neck. Guy screams and yells. Guy thinks he's a legend. You know how this story ends? Nobody remembers that guy's name. Nobody even remembers that character. And everybody just hopes he takes the chain, pulls it around his neck and chokes himself, and does the world a favor. That's how the story needs to end. And that's how this podcast will end. I wish everybody the best in the future endeavors of the promo world. May you be successful. May you have fun. May you find brotherhood like I have. And may you not become a toxic piece of garbage like the two gentlemen that I address in their lonely little pathetic lives that amount to nothing. Old School, catch you on the flip side. Enjoy a hot cup of coffee. I know I will. And I will see you guys very, very soon. Love, honor, and hug your loved ones, because tomorrow's never guaranteed. And Old School is out.